Hey, what's up guys? This is Josh Beatler, guitar player of Structure Fails. I'd like to thank you guys so much for the 20 plus shares that we got on the little solo clip from the first song off the new record. The song is called Vexed and the album is called Breaking Infinity. And because we did the 20 shares, I'm going to do a little breakdown lesson of that solo. So it's really important when you're writing a solo or learning a solo, in my opinion, to learn the chords that you're soloing over. Okay, because if you don't have any sort of harmony to tie your chords to, then you're just approaching your solo from the perspective of what scale do I play? And unfortunately, you get a lot of guitar players out there that just sound like they're going up and down scales. And I really wanted to try and at least play to the changes. This is kind of from my jazz background, so to speak. Now that being said, there are plenty of scale runs in this song, so I'm not trying to pretend that I'm above that or above arpeggios, but I was trying to develop the lines around the chord tones. So let's go over the chords first, and the riff for that part is this. I'm playing a 7-string. This is my Ibanez RG with a bunch of letters and numbers after the end of it. Right now I'm just running into my computer with the Logic. I'm using Logic and I'm using the PRS Archon plugins just to give you guys an idea of the tones. On the record, you have my Schecter Jeff Loomis, and that was gone through an Axe Effect. So this is a different guitar, but still gets a really good sound. Okay, for the first part of the song, I'm on the neck pickup because I want that thick, juicy, really thick tones for that. And then that makes it so that later on when I switch to tapping and start doing the higher stuff, those notes really cut through the mix. Okay, back to the chords. So the chords are F to D minor, essentially, for the first 4 passes through. And the solo is in 6/4, or you could think of it as 3 bars of 4, equal in groups of 12 beats. And what happens is the rhythm is played in 3s. So it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so there's this theme of 3s. So right out of the gate, playing over this, it's essentially in the key of A minor, so we're really dealing with an F chord, F major chord, down to a D minor chord. So the lines that I tried to create in this are focused around those chords. All right, here's pass number 1. Okay, so pass number 1, I'm playing an F major 7 arpeggio. I'm playing frets 17, 18, and then 17, 20. Okay, so I played that 6 times. Then I take the same thing and modulate down to the 10th, 12th fret, so I'm playing a little C major 7 arpeggio. So I believe I play that twice, and then I shift up to 13, 15, 13, 17. It's a D minor 7 arpeggio. So that sounds really nice over the D chord. Okay, now I'm alternate picking this, but I'm starting with an upstroke, and I'll tell you why. In my experience, when I do 2-note per string fast runs, whenever I start with a downstroke, I always have a hard time muting the strings because of the angle of my hand. So while it does sound really good, I've always found that it's a little bit harder for me to mute the strings with pentatonic runs starting with a downstroke. So I almost always do my alternate picking starting with an upstroke when I'm doing pentatonic runs. When I'm doing 3-note per string stuff or variations, then it depends on the situation or kind of what happens. So for this part, I always start with an upstroke. Okay, that's pass number 1. Pass number 2, I switch to these extended arpeggios. So now I'm playing an F major arpeggio like this. Okay, so that part is this little runner here 4 times. Then a C major arpeggio. I got 15, 12, 13, 12. I play the lowest note twice. And then I do this D minor arpeggio. So I have 13, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 13. And then this straight down the minor arpeggio suite. So. One thing I forgot to mention at the beginning. Remember how I said the rhythm goes from, it's in threes? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, the licks are patterns of 4. So it gives me this really cool 3 against 4 sort of sound. Sorry, drop my pick. And it just creates a little bit of a musical rhythmic juxtaposition. Okay, so pass number 2 was that. Okay, pass number 3, I do this really cool kind of liquid legato run. I go. So it's da, so 10, 8, 10, and then I do this little. And I leave out that G note at the very end, so I'll do it really slow. And I slide up to the A. Okay, now this next part, I play differently now. But I'm going to show you how I played it in the video and the way it's written on the tab. And then I'm going to show you how I play it live. And I wish I had noticed this sooner. I found an easier, better way that it sounds better. I think it's easier. Oh well, here we go. It's an F major 7 arpeggio. I go 13 on the E, 12 on the, 13 on the E, 12 on the A, 10 on the D. Pinky hits the 14 on the D string, and then I slide into 15. Okay. Then I just keep going up the arpeggio, so I got. Then 14, 13, 12, hammer onto 13, back to 12, back to 13 on the B. Okay, so. And then the next part is a run right up an A minor pentatonic scale. Now, I was getting really fancy at the time. I was messing around with a lot of 4-note per string pentatonic ideas. So I'm on the A string, and I'm going to tap 12, 15, 17, 19. And then I skip to the G string, and I go 12, 14, 17, 19. And then I skip to the high E string, and I go 12, 15, 17. So it's. But all I'm really doing is a really complicated way of going up the A minor scale. Okay, so here's how I play those two now. I don't do the F here. I start this F, and I actually change the lick. So live I go like this. 8, 12, 10. So I go 8, 12, 10, 9. Slide up to 12. And I end it the same way. And then for the scale run, I go right up the pentatonic scale. So I'm going to go 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, slide up to 17. So, and then I go to the high E string, 15, 17, 20. So it's as opposed to. One definitely looks cooler, but live I want to nail it every time, so I'm going to focus with it. And then that allows me to do this really nice bend on the A. And at this point, this is why I switched to the bridge pickup, and I. Okay, so I have a few hits on this D note up on the 22nd fret, and then I do. So I got 22 on the B and 24 on the E. Bend up to this high F. Okay, now I got this kind of silly tapping line. At this point, the rhythm has now changed to a B flat chord. This is when Chris really starts to light up with the singing, which is beautiful. At the time, this solo was written before there were words on the song. So had to go back and do this again, I probably wouldn't be doing lead over this part. But it was already recorded, so. Oh well. Anyway, so now I got this tapping part. This is all in the tab, by the way. So now it's 13, 15, 17, 20. So I do that 4 times. Actually, kind of 2.5, and I tap the 22nd fret. Okay, now this next part's really fun. I'm just tapping 20, 17, 15, 13. Then I do the same thing on the next string. And then, so I do that twice. Then I do this string again, and then I switch to the G string, and the G string is, I tap on 19, 15, 14, and 12. So I got... So then I slid off. Okay, so all together. 2, 3, 4. That's the Vexed solo. Hope you guys got a lot out of this lesson. This was a lot of fun to make. Let me know. We're going to be launching the album soon with the tabs for the whole album. So you get to learn all the solos and all the little cool things that we've done, or at least most of them. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please share this. Please like it. We like doing this. We can't wait to show you the rest of the album. New song drops this week. Indiegogo drops this week. The show is in a month. See you then. Rock on.